we'll be getting to talking about Dune. If you guys haven't seen Dune yet, probably want to click off because we're going to be talking about spoilers all the way through this bitch because there ain't much to talk about outside of that. I'll give you this real quick. I liked Dune. I can't speak for everyone else. I liked it. How would you guys feel about it?
Oh, I wasn't sure if that was a cue in or you were just going.
I thought you were just doing it.
I don't know how to feel about this. So I feel like this is going to be the hardest one to score for me. Part of it being that I haven't read the books, watched a movie,
I'm not reading this book or watching this movie.
I know. I'm just saying.
Not reading the book.
A lot of people have, is what I'm saying. So it's hard for me to score based on no prior knowledge, plus this being part one of a 2-part movie. I feel like this ended right as I was on the edge of my seat waiting for some shit to happen. I feel like that's going to happen in the second movie, so that gives me some hope. I think the production and the acting was off the charts in this one. I just feel like it didn't feel like 2 hours 42, whatever it was. Honestly, like for me saying that nothing happened.
3 hours and 42.
See, I don't know. Nothing happened in this. Like there was nothing that happened. And yet still I don't dislike it.
That's exactly how I feel.
I'm not saying it was my favorite movie ever. I think people are still overhyping it a little bit, but it wasn't bad. I don't know.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, nothing really does happen. You can tell they're waiting for that second movie, but despite that, I still found enjoyment out of it. I didn't feel 2 hours to me, like you said. Tristan may feel otherwise, but it didn't feel like that to me. Tristan, you want to speak your brain before we get into spoiler shit?
Yeah, dude. I thought this was just a bunch of wet booty in this movie. It was not enjoyable for me to watch at all. Like, I appreciate
were you drunk
the fact,
watching this?
No. I appreciate that I can appreciate that it's a setup movie, but if the next part in this series, whatever, does not absolutely blow it out of the water for me, I'm going to be even more pissed that I watched this movie because I don't like that nothing happened. I don't like that they barely gave us any information. And if it's supposed to be for the people who read the books, I wish I would have known that before that. Because
I still wouldn't have read it.
I wouldn't have read it, but then I would have known that I might have known I was going to be upset about the fact that there's no context. I don't know what's going on. They don't describe or introduce the characters very much at all. There was only one character whose name I knew throughout the entire movie.
Paul Wall.
No, it was Duncan, Idaho.
What? Okay, then you just didn't watch a movie, I don't think.
No, there were. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I see what you're saying.
They called this dude Paul the whole movie. I don't know what you talking about.
There were multiple parts where I thought that I was either too stupid or had completely missed something. Because I was like, I don't know what's going on, and I don't feel like they explained it. But now it feels like I'm supposed to know what's happening, and I don't.
Get that. I was very attentive to this movie, too, because I didn't want to miss anything, and I still felt a little bit lost.
They explained it. Pissed me off, dude. This whole movie
I did feel lost throughout a lot of it, though, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't think it's you being stupid. I just think it's, I don't know. It could be, dude. It could be all of us being stupid, honestly, but it expected
and
more,
having no context.
It expected more of us than what they gave us, I guess. Like they expected us to just kind of catch on to what was going on. There was a bunch of different factions, and nobody knows what the factions are doing.
That's why I found it weird, though, because I feel like this is marketed to younger people.
I thought so too.
But younger people won't have watched the older movie that they made or read like the old book.
Yeah, the movie came out in like 84 or something. I was looking it up. Like that's pretty old for people that are gonna be watching this. Like,
especially when they heavily market the fact that Zendaya's in this movie and she has about 5 lines.
Dude,
and spends
that was
about
actually
10 minutes on screen.
Bro, I was actually literally one of my points I was gonna make.
Tristan, is spoiling shit, bro. Come on, man.
No, I'll go off of it. That's fine. I literally wrote. I was like, dude, she's finally here. Fucking 2 hours, 15 minutes into this movie, man. Like,
literally, dude.
I was like, dude, does she just not get any lines? That's one way to save money. Like, I don't know what they were. I get what they were going for. Like, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, man. They did heavily promote her. Very, very much so.
So
yeah.
we're gonna get into spoilers because Tristan already took us there.
Oh yeah, we doing that?
Yeah, so you guys should probably leave now if you didn't want that spoiled. And I'm sorry that Tristan fucked you after I said don't spoil anything. But fuck it, you're dumb for staying here. So, I will say this. I think they filmed these back to back. I think we're getting the second one soon.
I think I saw next year.
Yeah, so I think we're just waiting on post-production shit for that next one.
I hope so.
This falls into the same category as like the Witcher movie for me that we watched. This needs to be a series. If you flesh this out so I can understand more what's going on, I would like this way more. I enjoyed the world a lot. Like once I got into the world of it, I was like, this is pretty cool. I want to know more. Like, you know what I mean? But they're not giving it to me because they only have 3 hours.
Right.
Like you can't divulge everything in 3 hours or else it's not going to be an entertaining movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what happened here. It was that like some parts it wasn't good because they had to explain everything.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with the point that they had. It was a really cool world. I feel like they had a lot of cool aspects that they didn't touch on as much as they should have, and some that weren't as cool that they overdid. Like some of my points, Batista, they should have had more of him and his clan. Like I thought that was pretty cool.
I didn't know what the point of them was at all, to be honest with you.
I mean, they're the bad guys, but I don't know exactly what's going on there.
That's as much as I understood, is that they're, I guess, the bad guys.
There's not a bad guy.
No, but they're built up to be that.
Yeah, like they're all factions are doing some fuck shit from what we understand.
Yes.
The most pure are the fucking Zendaya's people.
Yes.
Because I think that's why I was cool with it because I kind of picked up early on what they were doing. This is very much an allegory to settlement, to colonization, to plundering, like anything like that.
Absolutely.
That's what this is.
Yeah, 100%.
It's trying to tell you like the Europeans to Africa, Europeans to America. Damn, the Europeans were assholes. They fucking raided everything. But that's what this is. And then Paul's people, they're the fucking the colonizers. They're the fucking Europeans. And then Batista's people are the angry sect, right? They're the ones who are meeting them with anger and aggression back. Mm-hmm. So they're the angry Native Americans, right? Or like the war Africans. And then they got the third sect, which just wants to fucking live and tell you guys to fuck off, which is like, the peaceful Native Americans and then the other Africans. And so like seeing it like that, I picked up on that quick, so I was like, okay, this is just like, if I use your history knowledge for most of the shit. Yeah. So that's how I got through most of it.
Yeah, me too.
The interesting shit to me was the powers. I think that's where the powers and that was where the fun stuff came out of.
That was pretty cool. I enjoyed the whole Alaskan bullworm plot line.
I agree.
My favorite part.
I thought those were cool. I feel like I said, with the Batista needing to be a bigger part of it, I also think they could have done more with the Alaskan bullworms.
Hey man, you didn't read the book, son.
You're right.
How they do it in the book, son.
I am judging this movie based on this movie alone, without
wait
no
till part
outside
2,
knowledge.
son. Wait till part 2, son.
Yeah, shut up. If
read
anybody
the book, man.
comments
What are you, illiterate?
If anybody comments on
maybe I am.
Dude, I am judging this book, or I'm judging.
They got
this
audiobooks if you can't read, bro.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up. I am judging this movie as one movie and no outside knowledge. So that's how I'm going to be scoring everything.
Hell yeah, dude. Also, they called the planet ARRAKIS, and I was like, y'all were really on the nose about that one.
Yep.
like, come on, dude.
It's called Arrakis. There's a lot of sand. I wonder what they're
fighting
to do
over
here.
Resources.
Spice.
It's the Sahara.
I wonder what this is about.
The spice.
So
the hallucinogens.
They started speaking Arabic or something at the beginning when they were speaking parcel tongue from Harry Potter. Paul was to his mom and the rest of them. Paul is the fucking heir to the throne for whatever the Poe's people are. Oscar Isaac from Star Wars and other shit.
Poe. Yeah.
Yeah, Poe. That's why I was gonna call him Poe. So if you guys don't pick up on that, he's Poe because I don't remember his fucking name.
Yeah,
I don't either.
The dude who cucked my brother.
Yeah, my brother. So Poe, he's the big dog of the colonizers. Blah 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 blah. Paul's his heir. Paul's mother is a fucking witch of some sorts. She's a sorceress or some shit. I don't understand. She's from a covenant, and basically they don't have males with powers, from what I understand. That's what they said in the movie. Like, you bore a son and then you taught him the shit. How dare you? They're always supposed to have women, unless he's the fucking prophet or whatever.
Yeah,
I forgot what it was. It said it was long. It was like a 3-part word.
No, you're right.
There was an owl in there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I didn't want to say the other owl that I know because that's incorrect.
Yeah, very incorrect.
And probably very offensive, so I'm just not going to do that.
Don't go there.
No, that's what I've said. So that happened, and it's basically just, this movie is a coming-of-age story, whether you like it or not, right? I'd rather have this be a world movie, like about the planet and all that, and the different factions, but it's kind of that, but it's Paul coming to terms with his place as king/prophet, and he does that by traversing the world and changing it as he does. That's Dune.
Pretty much.
That's a fair description.
And there's not really a lot of moments to talk about outside of, I would say, the raid, the ending, the Alaskan bullworm. That's it.
That's it.
Pretty much, yeah. Like I said, like, I really just don't know. There's just nothing happened. Like, and they filled it. I'd agree. It needed to be a series. And
I didn't even understand the details they tried to give us. I was like, you're saying that this is happening, but I don't know why it's happening or who's doing what. Literally, when that big raid happened towards the end of the movie, my note was, who is attacking them and why? Like, I didn't understand.
It's Batista's boys.
Was it Batista's boys?
Okay. Yes.
Why were they attacking them? I don't
know. Send them a message to fuck off.
Yeah, because it's theirs.
Yeah, that's their land.
They're supposed to be the big government bad boys,
They killed my boy Duncan, Idaho. Land. That was a sad time.
That's Jason Momoa, right?
Jason Momoa, yep.
Yeah, he was a great character.
Lit in that scene, though. That was a great time.
I actually liked Jason Momoa a lot in this movie.
Same.
I thought
did too.
Him and Paul's dynamic was pretty good.
Same.
Like how he's the big brother Paul doesn't have.
Yep.
Right.
He's like, hey, motherfucker. Like, that was one of my favorite scenes. When he goes, hey, and Paul's like, hey.
He plays the exact same character that he did in Game of Thrones. It's just he can speak English now.
And he cracks more
jokes. I forgot that
he
was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Reek did.
Damn right I did not. But I mean, he didn't make jokes or anything. It's like a combination of Aquaman and fucking Drogo.
Yeah, Drogo. Thank you. That's his name.
Oh, speaking of combinations, right? My take on this dude Paul is that he's a combination of Randy Orton and Luke Skywalker.
What the fuck did you just say?
Listen. I'm gonna explain this.
He's a legend killer. Who's the legend?
No. I'm gonna explain this because the whole movie he's hearing voices in his head, right?
God.
The whole movie and all that. But then there was the one voice that basically was just telling him, use the Force. And that's all that the one main voice, it was that woman that he saw at the beginning. There was the stupid little pain box for his hand. She just kept telling him to use his powers, and he's like, I don't even know what I'm doing. That too. And yeah,
the voice was his powers.
Well, that's not his only powers, I don't think.
He gets visions, but it's really just the voice.
What I'm saying. But the one voice in his head is telling him to just use the Force, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. What's going on here?
You got
and
the
they still
Jedi
didn't
mind
explain that.
They explained these nuts. So, yeah. Let me just, I liked Paul, kind of. Paul didn't show much emotion other than whiny bitch, and that's one of my least favorite character traits ever.
Yeah,
I feel it.
He was the best stale character I've ever seen.
But I will give him, by the end, he wasn't being as much of a bitch, which, again, if this is a full movie, would have been excellent, because he probably would have been better in the second half.
Bro, he fucked that dude up, bro.
Dude,
at the very end.
Facts.
That was, okay, that part pissed me off, I'm not going to lie.
Why?
How come?
There was, storyline-wise, it's completely senseless. Why is this dude upset that they're just going to take these. I mean, it's an overused storyline where one person is upset that the leader's like, yeah, we'll take these people, and then he dies for it this time. I mean, they don't always die for it, but this time he just dies for it. And I'm like, it's the most senseless death of this movie yet.
That's the point. Paul didn't want to kill him.
It's overused, but it's also part of
Realistic.
the colonization point that Reek made. Is like a lot of the colonization, like in real life, did have this kind of plot line. I mean, I wasn't there, but I just mean like based on history, there's a reason it's overused.
Yeah,
it's realistic, son.
I don't have to like it.
No, you don't. No,
There's
no,
also
definitely don't.
There's one thing I have to ask about because I was confused for a while. I had this explained a little bit.
What's up?
The woman he was with most of the second half of the movie, that is his mother, correct?
Yeah,
That is the woman who birthed him?
allegedly.
Okay.
It's the woman he calls mother.
See, that's what I'm thinking, but I was wondering if it wasn't just his father's, like, new wife or something. Because he doesn't talk to her like many characters would talk to a mother all the time, and they don't always interact like that. But then especially, there was that part where they got out of the dragonfly thing after it crashed, and they were changing. Yeah, they were changing into their suits, and she just gave him like this look as he's like taking his shirt off, and I was like,
Okay, you're reaching, son.
I don't know. Hey, man, I promise you, I'm
You're
not
reaching.
That was a very deliberate look. They made it very clear that she was giving him a look. Now, I may be misinterpreting the look, but that is exactly what it seemed like to me, was she was giving him some kind of look, and I was like, I don't like this, because if that's her son, that's kind of a lot of messed up.
No, I see what you're saying there, actually. I thought the same thing. I didn't write it down because I was like, oh, it's probably just miscommunication, but I did also think that.
Maybe I just didn't look at that scene enough, but I didn't take anything like that.
I just thought it was a little bit out of place and weird, but I mean, I definitely could have misinterpreted it as well.
Wait, if you guys read the book, you would know in the second part to get the incestual storyline.
Oh, no.
I hope it doesn't go there, because then this movie drops about 37,000 points.
Actually,
No kidding.
Zendaya's his long-lost sister.
Oh, please, no.
Stop.
I mean,
yeah, that's just, I mean, you guys got anything else for the middle portions? Or
No.
what was the middle portion?
Setup?
I don't even.
It was set up in world building, and like, it's not, you can't really review world building other than saying it was good.
Was the middle portion when they went to the desert and we first saw the Alaskan bullworm?
Yes.
Or was that considered the beginning still?
And the next time we saw the bullworm. And the next time,
and the
too.
raid.
And the raid.
And them being in the desert, and then them getting picked up. And then
Big man's in the tub. Big man in the black tub.
That was interesting.
His dad strung out off the Molly on the table.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Drogo dying.
Yep.
Yeah, that part didn't exactly make sense to me.
Yeah, that was fucking dumb. I don't know why he just ran out there and was like, I'm gonna go die, guys.
Yeah, that was pointless.
Like, why did he attack his leader, whatever? Like, he was trying to turn him over or something and get something out of it, but then he gave him something to kill everyone. I don't know.
Yeah. I will say one thing, that CGI when he was in that suit fighting in the desert and like it opens up like Iron Man, that shit was ugly. I'm gonna need them to try that one more time.
Yeah. No, that was rough. I'd have to agree with you there.
So, besides that, I guess we're good for ending time.
Yes.
Of this?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
So-
hold on. I'm sorry.
Son of a
I
bitch,
have
I
one
just
other note.
fucking asked you.
What the fuck?
Sorry. There was a cameo in here. I don't know if you guys noticed this or knew about this. I think it's kind of cool personally. It's probably not actually that cool. So Hans Zimmer did the soundtrack for this movie.
Okay.
With Hans Zimmer.
Yep.
He was supposed to do the soundtrack for Tenet, but he didn't because he was so busy doing this one. And then he had a cameo in this movie. He was the dude who was playing the bagpipes when they came off the ship on the New World.
Okay. That's interesting.
That was kind of cool to me.
I'd agree with that. Was pretty cool. I'm glad you brought up Tenet, though, because that brings up a point that I know you're going to agree with me, Tristan. Before we get to the ending, the sound in this movie, I think in theaters it would have been really cool, but when you have,
sure it was.
a sound bar and a TV and you got to adjust the volume after every scene because it's either too loud or too quiet, it gets a little bit, redundant.
It was tough, dude. I'm straining to hear at some points. I even put headphones on for a little bit, and I just couldn't hear half the
It's
time.
tough, dude. It's either way too loud or just way too quiet, and that was my same point with Tenet. It's just that's what they're doing now, and it's just I don't know. They need to, because it is really good for theaters. You get the vibration, you get like the cool music because it was really good production. Don't get me wrong. It's just when you're watching at home, like most people are, because I mean, a lot of people go to theaters, but more people are gonna watch it at home, like once it's out or if they have HBO Max right now. It's just kind of, I don't know. It just doesn't do it.
That did not help my movie watching experience in this case, to be honest with you.
So this has long since been an issue with people like home video and stuff, and usually they make a separate cut, like a separate mix for Blu-rays and stuff. But since they're doing the same cut that they're sending to theaters, that's why it's even more noticeable lately. Because HBO's doing the same time at theaters, the same time in streaming. So we're not getting that separate cut right now. I think if you go back when the Blu-ray comes out, they're probably going to upload the Blu-ray cut, and you're going to get the better audio. So I just think that's the issue that's happening is that, we're getting the movie audio mixes instead of the home video mixes.
That makes sense. I just had to let it be known.
Yeah, that's fair. So, ending of this movie. They finally get out. They get out of the chopper after, mom uses the voice because fucking Paul dog shit at it. And all that happens, they crash, they get out, they start going into the desert. They run into the leader of the fucking sand people from Avatar The Last Airbender. He tells them, you can come with us. I okayed it. You know what I mean? Because you think you're the big shit? Whatever, I don't give a shit, go with us. One guy comes up, he says, no, I will not accept this. Challenges the mom to fucking Mortal Kombat. Yep. She's not allowed to participate for some reason. I didn't really understand.
I think it's because she's a woman.
Okay, sexism is great.
Either that or because they knew she was pregnant. I don't know.
Probably woman. So that happens. So then he says, who will fight for you? Obviously, none of those people are going to fight for her. Paul says, what? I'll do it. And then Paul goes in. Now, earlier in the movie, Paul had flashes of seeing himself die fighting the same guy. I think that's why Paul finally decided just to kill the motherfucker, right?
Probably.
So Paul bests him like 4 or 5 times because Paul's been training for this shit his whole life, basically. And they just didn't expect him to be able to fight because pretty boy, prince boy, all that shit. Whoops the dude's ass, beats him, puts a knife to his throat like 6 times. Dude tells him, we don't do that here. Like, to be fair, it's not the first thing they ripped out of Black Panther, but this was absolutely the Black Panther transformation T'Challa fight.
Yep,
almost to a fucking T, which was...
Oh, it was so close.
Yeah, very close. Cinematography and all that shit.
Absolutely.
He says, so obviously I had to use a Black Panther code. We don't do that here, which is we don't spare people here. And you got to kill that motherfucker or he will kill you. And if he kills you, he still wins. And so finally Paul says, fuck it, plunges the knife to his stomach. He says, I wish things could have been different, but you're a bitch. Yep. And then Zendaya pulls up on him and she's like, fuck you, because I'm not happy you killed him at all. What? Even though she gave him a blade and said it'll be an honor to die with this blade, and he got the W, and she was like, "Fuck." He's been having visions of Zendaya the whole movie, and he's also had a vision where Zendaya kills him, or stabs him at the least. So it's gonna be interesting to see because most of his visions came true, except for the ones he deliberately changed. Which, like again, the one where he gets killed by the black dude, but he killed him instead.
Right. Yeah. No, I definitely think there's going to be a scene. I mean, that's obvious. There's going to be a scene in the next movie where Zendaya is going to try to take him out, or to some extent,
Or he stops her and goes, "You don't have to do this."
Yeah, we don't do that here.
I also have to say something completely separate from the movie, right? Tom Holland should watch out, okay? Because if Zendaya has proven anything, it's that she loves skinny white dudes who she ends up being romantically entangled with within a movie. So if I'm Tom Holland, I'm going to beat the shit out of Timothée Chalamet next time I see him.
I'm shaking in my boots.
Just on crip, you know what I mean? Like, just beat him down once and let him know that Tom Holland ain't playing out here.
On a related note, that's why I mean, I realized it was a vision, but when he had that vision and they like started to kiss, I was like, man, excuse me. And then she stabbed him, and I was like, yes. I was like, don't touch Tom Holland's girl like that. You can't do that, man. That made me happy.
Okay. They're movie characters, sir.
Look, I don't care.
I did also have those thoughts, honestly. Like, I get his acting and stuff. I'm like, damn, dude, imagine watching a movie and your significant other's just doing a sex scene or fucking making out with somebody. I'm like,
That's because you guys are pussies and not cuckolds. You guys should be cucks instead. That's, it's more cool.
No, see, I don't. Yeah, we're not gonna go there, but I don't
So,
fuck with that.
Paul kills Will.I.am, and he takes his W.
Jesus.
He beats old Will down, stabs him in the chest, walks out looking like a G. Then we're gonna get.
Was he looking fly like a G6?
Shut the fuck up.
That's not even
close to fuck yourself.
I was gonna never mind. I was gonna use a Will.I.am line, and you just fucking ruined that mood.
Oh, I actually want to hear it. What was it gonna be?
Nah, it's all good.
No,
all right, I gotta go for it now. I gotta go for it now. No, I was just gonna say he's fucking laying dead on the ground, and dude comes up to, I'm gonna be laying dead like this. What?
Oh my god.
Just from I'm a Bee.
Yeah, I'm a Bee. Okay,
yeah, no.
So
like I said, fucking lame.
Will.I.am beats him. Or no, he beats Will.I.am. I'm sorry. Walks off like a G, and I was like, they should do what they did in It. Did either of you watch It 1, the newer ones?
No.
Okay. At the end of It, in theaters and in the original cut, it ends, and then it pops up like the credits, and then the end credit shows, and it goes It, and then it goes Chapter 1, and like half the people in the audience, like half were hype and half were pissed because it guarantees a sequel. I wanted them to do Dune Chapter 1. So for the people who didn't know, like after you paid to go to the theater already, you find out that's one of two parts. You know what I mean? I think people would have been really fucking mad about that. It should have done that. Just go Dune Chapter 1. Go,
dude,
what?
All I'm gonna say is I'm so glad I didn't watch this in the theater, man. I don't know what crack people are smoking.
Imagine.
Imagine
this is just the only movie. They don't make the second one. Like, the second one just never comes out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And so it just ends with Paul joining the tribe. That's it.
Dude, what a fantastic movie.
So, yeah, I mean, I feel like the issue with this that a lot of reviewers are going to have is, like, there's more to this, but it's not like Infinity War, right? Infinity War was a 2-part movie. Infinity War and Endgame are the same fucking movie, just longer.
Yeah.
Infinity War had a good ending point, right?
Yes.
Like, you ended, you felt desperate, and it felt complete still somehow.
That whole movie was action-packed as well.
That
like,
movie
there was
can
always
stand
something
on its
happening.
own.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dune didn't feel complete. To be fair,
No.
Avengers Infinity War had 26 movies or whatever to build up to that.
I agree.
But still, it's just like I'm gonna give it an unfair shake because Part 2's not out yet.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's what you have to do, though. You have to you have to review it as its own movie because, it's, like you said, you have nothing else to go on.
So, with that in mind, I'm going to give you my score, and I will give this a 6.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I will probably like it way more when Part 2 comes out.
I would say, before we get to Tristan's very low grade, I also gave it a 6, a little bit lower than you, but same points. I mean, I thought it was good. I thought, like, the movie was solid. It's just, I'm waiting for Part 2, and I feel like this movie lacked a lot of things that I was looking for.
Tristan?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4.5.
That's higher than I thought you were, to be honest.
Because, the acting was fine. The cinematography was very good, minus the whole volume thing. The one part of the act, there's like 2 parts of the acting I didn't like. One was that weird dark witch lady that showed up in the beginning and then was, talking in his head the whole time. I thought she was stupid. The other part was Paul's fighting, I thought was horrible. I thought that choreography was just, I don't know if it was the choreography or if it was Timothée. I didn't think that part was good. But then otherwise, I was too confused throughout the majority of the movie. With no context and no idea what's going on for most of the movie, it just annoyed me. But
maybe you read the book, you dumb fuck.
yeah,
Oh,
maybe I
God.
should, read the book or
Also, you gave
start
Lock and
burning
Key a
people.
7.
Yeah,
And you gave Dune a 4.5.
yeah.
I'm not sure about
Lock
that
and
one,
Key
Chief.
had substance.
Come on,
All right, so I just want to let you guys know my name was Tristan,
my name was Eli.
My name is Tristan.
and I want you to remember that Tristan gave Lock and Key Season 2 a 7 out of 10.